Hi friends, it's Monday, July 21st, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here in the D.C. area, continuing our assignment with regard to triggering the awakening, and particularly at this stage in working with the cellular level of life on Earth and throughout the galaxy. The cellular level of life who's interested in awakening, who wishes to awaken, who's ready to awaken. Now we begin. Merging with all the cells of the biosphere who wish to awaken. We're a cell in the body of the biosphere. All cells think of themselves as a unit, just as we think of ourselves as a unit. So merging with all the cells who wish to awaken, feeling myself like in an earthen tunnel, like crawling through on my elbows and knees, but it has the sensation of being something other than human. Of being it's not an earthworm, of being a microbe, a soil microbe. There's so much life on Earth that is occurring out of our direct view. And so to merge with the microbes in the soil, wow! Because we are all cells in the body of Earth, and so to say, my brothers, my sisters, my sister cells of the biosphere, let us all merge together, and let us all now learn a new way of being. Let us learn to put our channels up, not out, up, not out. It's like I'm speaking a foreign language to them. A lot of them are very unhappy, and it's like they're taking their sit-upons and grumbling and leaving. Not just grumbling, they're saying harsh things and leaving. Are you aware of this? Do you have any perceptions of, like, what's your perception of that?
That's what I see.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't leaving.
Some of them aren't leaving. The ones who aren't leaving, we'll just give the ones who want to leave a chance to leave. And now the ones who aren't leaving, friends, it's time to make a change. The ways we have been going about things haven't worked. They haven't worked at all. You see for yourself how much damage is being inflicted on the world, and they're getting harsh and pointing fingers, like saying, yes, but it's not us. Which is what everybody does, right?
Right.
It's what everyone does. And to instead say, we can all do something to trigger the awakening. Each of us can choose for ourselves to put our channels up. And that makes it easier for our neighbors to put their channels up. And this is how we change the world. Wow, we can do it. They don't look as thrilled about this idea as I was hoping they would. What's your perception?
Even the most positive ones are looking very iffy about it.
Yeah, they don't want to do it. It's like, what? Okay, so asking for help. What are we supposed to do? You say, try again. Okay, try again. Okay, so let's start to explain to them channels up, asking them to evaluate for truth. So friends, just evaluate this for truth. Feel it in your heart, in your gut. Feel the truth the way you know how to feel truth. Now, can life continue on? See if you can be the representative. Are you willing? Can life continue on the way it has been on Earth?
No.
Is it sustainable at all?
No.
It has to stop, doesn't it?
And they're saying no, but in that way that angry mobs say that the Frankenstein monster needs to be dragged out of the castle.
Right. No, life on Earth can't continue the way it has been.
Right.
What do they mean by their anger tones? What is it they're trying to say?
What it feels like is they think they've done
nothing wrong.
Enough, and everything else needs to change, and they've been wronged.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get the Frankenstein's monster, and they're gonna drag him out of the castle.
Wah ha 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 ha.
Because they feel very self-righteous.
Very self-righteous and indignant.
Yeah. And they're like, we don't need to change. We're the villagers.
We're the villagers. We're perfectly fine. So they're intending to rise up and take down the Frankenstein monster, yes?
That's what it feels like.
And who do they perceive the Frankenstein monster to be?
Us.
What does us mean?
Humans.
Humans. Humans. And what is their plan? How do they plan to go about this?
It's like they're changing. It's like they're transforming. What it looks like is they're going from like these little harmless-looking brown creatures into like big, scary
Beasties.
monsters.
Yeah. Perception.
There is kind of a sense of they made us this way,
Right.
but also they want that.
Right. It's strike back time. It's
Right.
time to strike back. Enough already. It's
Right.
time to strike back. Okay. Does anybody here want to get their channels up and listen to guides?
It's like I can hear one little voice that's like, me.
Okay. They can come. Ask that one little voice. Come closer, come closer, come closer, come closer. Oh, how cute. You can walk with us. It doesn't look like the other ones.
No.
Looks like an albino one. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. A little albino
Soil microbe.
blob as opposed to all the other blobs.
Right. You can come with us.
Me.
You can come with us. And now we're moving from land to sea, and the little soil microbes going, ooh, big eyes, but we have a raft. We have a raft. And the other little things that live right at the surface of the water, the first 2 feet of the water has a lot of life in it. And so here, let's call here. Let's just put out the same call. Who would like to awaken and get their channels up? Wow, there's a lot more receptivity. A lot more receptivity.
Water people are much more interested.
Yeah, they're much more interested. They're not they just want to do it. They just want to do it. Okay, we'll work with the water people.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of the difference between trees and animals.
Yeah, trees are much more open.
And
to
much
it.
more, it always felt like the trees were much more interested in what was true.
Yeah, they
And
want to
that's
know
what
what's true.
the water people feel like they're like, yeah.
We want to know what's true. So we say to all the sea creatures who wish to know what's true, all the cells of sea creatures, let's get our channels up. All the cells of sea creatures who wish to get our channels up. Wow. Our channels go up so easily. Now I'm feeling the anger of the higher forms of life, quote unquote, in the seas. The whales. Wow. Wow. They're furious. They're furious. Wow. Check me on that.
Oh, yeah.
They're furious. They're right. They're saying, this was our world. This was our world. This was our world. They're right.
They're right.
They're right. You know,
Right.
their rage isn't making it any better. It isn't making it better. We certainly understand it. Goodness gracious, it's very understandable how you feel. This is your world, and we're
Right.
blasting the seas. Seismic blast. It's not right. We agree. And not to mention poisoning the seas and throwing our garbage in the seas and clearing them of life, you know, clearing the food chain. All of those things. We are destroying the seas. I'm so sorry.
So
So
sorry.
sorry. Upward rising earth energy. It's coming to an end, and now our role is to help the biosphere get its channels up so that that never happens again. That's the goal, is to get the channels up so that the next wave of population isn't just more of the same. Can you be the spokesperson for the whale?
They're still so mad. They don't want the next wave. They want no more waves. Being reminded of a Nelson Mandela quote that I will misquote, but it's something like, resentment, holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it will kill your enemies.
There you go. And so who of us hasn't felt resentment? We've all done
All
this.
of us,
This is a
everybody,
universal
down
phenomenon.
to the soil microbes.
They're feeling resentful too. So the guides are reminding me how atoms cycle around. A carbon atom might be in a whale one day and on the beach the next day and then in our bodies another day, and it just cycles around and cycles around. And so we see how at the level of the organism there's a huge amount of anger against humans, right?
Right.
Understandably so, correct?
Correct.
But if we go down to the atoms, right? Let's go down to the atoms. It's much more of a feeling of harmony here. Or correct me on that if I'm wrong.
Much more of a feeling of harmony.
Harmony.
Less a feeling of personal will.
Yeah, that's right. So here, atoms at the atomic level. Let's get our channels up. Wow! This is the classroom I've always wanted to stand in front of. We'll just work channels up at the atomic level. Look at helium, such a show-off, going, look at me, look at me. Putting the channels right on up. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Wow. Oxygen's not as into it as hydrogen and helium. Did you notice that?
Carbon also seems to have
an attitude. And so does Fe, iron. Fe, I see it as Fe, it's wearing Fe. Iron has an attitude. How about nitrogen? Nitrogen goes through a lot of life, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. A lot of sadness. Come on, nitrogen. You guys, you atoms, you've been here from the start, right?
Right.
Many of them. Many of them have been here for so long. They've seen it come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. I'm reminding them of what we saw in the tunnels, the layers of civilizations, how there would be a heavy dark civilization followed by one that wasn't as bad, followed by another heavy dark one but that was better than the previous heavy dark one, followed by one that was even lighter, and so on, that it's like a stair step, up, down, but the flight of stairs is headed upward.
Yeah.
Like waves that ebb and flow, but waves on the beach of a rising tide. Right? The water level is rising, the vibration is rising over time, and we're acknowledging that this is the end of a darker cycle of civilization. And that the goal is to have this next cycle light enough that we can all wake up. Wake up, wake up. And that if we at the atomic level right now wake up ourselves, choose to wake up at the atomic level, well then it's going to make it a lot more likely that the overall wake-up will occur, and that now is the time for the awakening. And noticing that of the atoms that are here, there's clearly molecules that are formed, right?
Right.
There's water molecules walking around this hall. It looks kind of like a business card exchange at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, it looks like a meet and greet.
Yeah, a meet and greet, exactly. Exactly, so the molecules are...
Like a molecular meet and greet.
It's a molecular meet and greet, so we just explained to them that we've been doing channels up for the atoms, and that they're here because their atoms have come to learn how to know what's true in every moment, to learn how to know what's true in every moment. And would they like to learn it at their level as well? Some definitely don't. Wow, did you notice that?
Yeah.
Some go, heck no.
Yeah.
And they just I'm out of here. I'll go down the hall and watch the whatever's going on in the next auditorium. But some do. Not very many. Isn't that interesting? Am I missing it?
Yeah, no, not many.
Wow. Channels up what to do. Notice it. Find out what's wrong. Let's ask them, wait, guys, explain to us what's going on. Why don't you want to know what's true?
They say it won't make a difference anyway.
They just want to do what they want to do.
They just want to do what they want to do.
What difference does it make what's true? It's like, how is that even relevant? That's almost the feeling I get. How is that even relevant? That is not the reaction I expected. They don't seem to want to do anything different.
No, not at all. They're like people.
Okay, well that's not the right level to work on then, right?
Right.
So we just pass by the molecular level, right?
Right.
And move up to the cellular functioning. And now let's ask for the plants. Oh, I love the plants. Wow. They're so much more interested. They're so much more interested in knowing what's true. And they're showing me how their cells are already in large part, well, for trees, but this is more than trees. Many plants, because they grow toward the light, their cells are already arranged vertically, and so this is almost natural for them.
Right.
So we explain about the intuitive channels, and it's like a new idea to them, and they go, oh, okay, I get it. And they put them up just like they would grow a new shoot.
Right.
Maybe that's why we're supposed to be doing this work in the woods. We've learned a lot. This has been very interesting. This has been an eye-opener. Not what I expected to happen. How about you?
No.
Not at all. Looking for the angels to help us as a biomass of the biosphere to get our channels up.